got onto live and connected with you all. If you're watching this, welcome to this super special episode in which I'm going to talk about something really, really important. And it comes out from the foundation of my recent experience with some senior leader who's aiming to crack his interview, and he wanted a mock session with me so that he can crack his next interview. And I'm grateful for him to reach out to me because I could think and put myself in his shoes and attempt to help. And that's my objective here. If you're here listening, watching, my objective is, if you're looking to change your job and get into a CX career, customer experience career, customer success career, anything to do with the customer, and want a job breakthrough very, very fast, then this video is for you. Listen close. I'm going to cover this all in under 10 minutes. So let's get started. The 5 ways to crack a CX customer experience job interview. What are those 5 ways? Number one, and the simplest way, is to go through the job description wherever you see it, on LinkedIn, on website, or somebody sends you a personal email. Look at the job description, read it line by line, and try and understand, because the hirer is having something in their mind. First thing is, you need to know if it's aligned with what you look for. Also, the second thing is, if you it's aligned with what you're looking for, then look at your own experience. Do you have the relevant experience? And second point is, ask for more information. Every opportunity that you get to speak to the people who are going to hire you, it could be HR, it could be talent group within that organization, or it could be the business leaders or founders of that organization. At every opportunity, try and learn what is it that they are looking for. Why is this opening existing? Again, when you're asking questions and gathering this detail, go back and look at your own profile. What is relevant? What all stands out in your profile that can be an instant value to somebody who is going to hire for this position? And then put yourself again in their shoes. The more you're able to put yourself in their shoes, you will be so strong a candidate. You will differentiate yourself, because everybody else is trying to impress upon what they bring to the table, whereas you step onto the other side and imagine what are the pain points they have, what is it that they expect from you. With that kind of understanding, your candidature become super powerful, isn't it? Type in the chat box if you're watching this live, or you look watching it later, if this resonates with you. That moves me to the point 3, which is, align your experience to the job description and requirements of the company. What does that mean? Which means that you go through your entire set of experience. You may have 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years plus of experience. There is so much there. You have to distill your 20 years of experience in just half an hour of interview, maybe 45 minutes of an interview. How would you do that when you already have listed down what you're going to speak about? You should have a clarity of each of your organizational experience that you have had, so that you are more clear when you're pitching, when you're facing the interviewer, when you're talking to them. And don't just go and speak about everything in that experience. Suppose you did an excellent job in managing a project, don't have to talk. Highlight the elements which are relevant to the job description. Suppose they are really looking at managed conflict management. How did you do a conflict management in a certain situation? Just talk about that, right? That's the point 3, the tip number 3. The tip number 4 is, storyfy it. What does that mean? Not glorify it, storyfy it. What that means is that you turn your experiences into a story, which is a starting point, an end point, a high point, and a low point. So, for example, if you did a job of managing a project well, what were the challenges? And of course, every project has a challenge. If you start saying, I handled everything, everything was smooth, and we were successful, versus you said, It was a challenging program. I didn't had a right team in the place, so I started to interview people. I hired the people who had the right talent. We ran them through a grooming engine, and in a short period of time they were prepared. Then we put them on the job. We had a mentor assigned, and it was all very difficult. You highlight the realities in a short, quick way, and to be able to highlight all this and storify this well and land it well onto your interview, you have to do the fifth thing, which is what? Which is practicing this. Practicing this. And one of the best ways, do you want me to tell you the best way to master this? How do you master this, and how do you see that it lands extremely well with the people on the other side and you connect extremely well? You do a mock interview. And that's what one of the senior leaders who reached out to me wanted me to do a mock interview with him. And I really was impressed, because not senior leaders usually would imagine that they know everything, they are well prepared. Sometimes they are over prepared, they think, right? All that is good, but if you haven't practiced it with someone, you may get a googly or a question where you don't really make that impression. You have the right experience, but mock interviews, which means somebody does a role play with you and act as an interviewer, and it could be anyone experienced whom you trust, or your mentor, or someone whom you can be hiring as a coach specifically for this job. Because if you get a breakthrough in your career, and you may get a 2x the salary, so don't have to worry about the investment. I would say invest and hire someone if you don't have any mentor to help you in this. Because as a part of my CX masterclass, I actually offer this anyways to help people get a career breakthrough in the area of customer experience and customer success. Make sure you also have a mentor which helps you get there into your dream job with the right kind of skills. So let's do a quick recap of what I talked about. Number one tip is to go through the JD, job description, thoroughly and map it back to your own experience. Number two is ask more questions and details at every opportunity to the talent head, to the HR folks, if before you actually face the final interview, if possible. And again, map it back to your own experience. Number three is align your experience, your own experience to the job description requirement, and kind of create mini stories. That's number four, mini stories, and master those stories with a clear endpoint, the beginning and the end point. Number five is do a practice session, a set of mock interviews, and continue to refine that. Who knows, you could crack your job interview in the first attempt. If not, it'll give you a great practice to be able to crack it sooner than later. Thank you so much for being here. If you liked some point, do mention in the chat box, and I love to hear from you. If you have any questions, feel free to mention it, post it on LinkedIn or wherever you're watching, so that I can create another helpful video to support your endeavors. Thanks again. Meet you again soon. Bye bye.